and you have data. If you have data, there's something I want to show you. I want to show you something that I think you need to know about. If you have your smartphone and you have data on it, I'd like you to go to www.coinmarketcap.com, all in one word with the dots in between. www.coin, as in COIN, then market, as in market, 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 then cap, CAP, but all in one word, all together, .com. www.coinmarketcap.com. Okay? If you're able to open it, just open it and keep it. Then let me ask this question, please. I'd like to have the microphone to, I want some responses to this. How many of us have heard about cryptocurrency? You know something about cryptocurrency? Let me see your hand up. If you don't know, it's not an infirmity, it's not a sickness, it's not a disease. It's just that you don't know, that's all. But if you don't know, no, those of us who know, first of all, let me see your hand. You've heard of the word cryptocurrency. You know a little about it. Okay, fine. Among those of us that know something about cryptocurrency, can you give me an example of a cryptocurrency that you know? Just mention the name. The microphone. Let's get, where's the mic? Yes. Bitcoin, yes. Any other one apart from Bitcoin?
We have Ethereum.
You have Ethereum?
Shiba.
Okay, Toshiba. Or Shiba. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yes, we have so many, different crypto coins. I want to speak to you about a business proposal, right? That it's promises to be very, very, very life transforming. Okay? Promises to be life transforming. Now, our brother just mentioned Bitcoin. How many of us here have not heard of Bitcoin? You have not heard. You have heard, you don't need to put your hand up, but you have never heard of that word, Bitcoin. Like I said, you don't have to be ashamed. It's not a disease that you don't know. It's not an infirmity. So you've never heard of that word, Bitcoin? Please wave your hand. Okay, that's one. Okay, thank you. God bless you. Out of those of us that know something about Bitcoin, what do you know about Bitcoin? Please, can you help us explain to the few persons here who have never heard of the word Bitcoin? What do you know about Bitcoin? Those of us that know about Bitcoin. And remember, just about 3 persons said they've never heard of it. Meaning there are many of us who have heard about it, right? If you've heard about it, what do you know about Bitcoin? Yes, let me get some responses here. Yes, what do you know about Bitcoin? Okay.
Praise the Lord. Before I talk about Bitcoin, I would like to differentiate between, the coin and the token.
Okay, are you?
Okay, let me go straight to the point.
Just
okay,
good.
Bitcoin is actually
okay.
Bitcoin is actually a kind of an alternative means of payment.
Okay.
Instead of using fiat, you can do an online transaction that you may not.
This man, are you into that space?
Yes, sir.
You are into that space?
Yes, sir.
No wonder. I mean, it's just speaking terms because, Okay, but I'm connecting.
Yes, sir.
But
yes, sir.
That's good, yeah. Please, can you put your hands together for him? That's very good. Yeah. Okay. Bitcoin is, it has grown to become a legal tender that is now accepted as a means of payment. In fact, just this week that is ending, a small country adopted the Bitcoin as their official coin. So they've decided to jettison, eradicate their own fiat currency. Again, he used that word, that's why I'm using it now. Fiat currency, right? If you don't know what a fiat currency is, the naira you spend is called a fiat currency. Dollar is also a fiat currency. Do you understand? As a matter of fact, the history of money is like this. Once upon a time, we were spending, the means of exchange of goods and services was by what you call trade by barter. Yes, none of us here, obviously, met that era. That was, You did what? It still exists. Okay? That's trade by barter. You have the goods, you exchange the goods, and then you obtain the service. That's what is called trade by barter. There was a time in history where that was the only means of exchanging goods and services. Do you understand? Then, after a while, the cowrie thing came up. People were now accepting cowrie as means of payment. And then from cowrie, coins started coming out. And the coins were mainly gold coins, right? And then the goldsmiths were more like the bankers of today in their own time, because they were in custody of the coins. Now, after a while, they started issuing receipts to people. That is this goldsmith. Instead of carrying gold up and down, just take your gold to the goldsmith who will keep it in store for you, and then issue a receipt to show that you have gold with him. And then with the receipt, you can actually do transaction. You tell somebody that, look, I have gold. My gold is with the goldsmith, and there is a receipt from this goldsmith. And everybody knows his, the signature more like. They know his mark. And just on the integrity of the goldsmith, they will agree to do transaction with you. They take the receipt from you, and then you give them the goods and all of that. But over time, the receipts were getting lost. And as human beings also, even the goldsmiths were now shortchanging the people, right? And then it was in that era that the government decided that, look, let's appropriate this thing that is causing trouble. That was when money became an official state responsibility to control. But then, they still maintain the tradition of the fact that in order for you to spend what they call money, or the receipt for money, you need to back it up with gold. So you hear about money or fiat currency backed up with gold standard. But then one of the presidents of America in those days came up at a point when it was getting difficult to have enough gold to back up the money, and decreed more like that, look, going forward, if the state prints this paper and calls it money, you need to receive it and treat it as a legal tender. That is where the word fiat currency came out from. It was more like by a decree. It became an order of the state. It was a fiat directive that, look, this paper money is enough. Whether it's bought with gold or not bought with gold, receive it, accept it as a legal tender. And that's how we came about paper money. But if you notice the growth from barter, trade by barter, to cowrie, to coin, to gold, to the receipt for gold, and then to the state appropriating that responsibility, and then printing what you call paper money or currency. And since the time or advent of currency, you also notice that there's been a gradual evolution, or a transformation, if you like, or a movement from paper money to virtual money. First, they gave us cards, right? And we carry cards about as if it is real money, and it is real money. The difference is, it's not in paper form. How many of us have ATM cards? Your ATM card is as good as money, right? Especially if it's loaded, okay? Then the internet came in. Now we have internet money, right? I can't remember when last I bought, credit, airtime from vendors and then manually loaded the number. All I do now is just go to my bank and I buy from my bank, and then the airtime is loaded into my phone automatically. All right? And then I'm on. I'm sure it's a normal experience with quite a number of us, if not most of us. Hello, am I correct? Now, but you're spending money. That is called virtual money. You're not seeing it, but it is real. Okay? So money has been growing and moving like that. Now we have what you call digital money. Right? Digital money came into operation in 2009. And it was occasioned by the economic meltdown that took place that time. If you remember the economic meltdown that swept the world, right? When a lot of banks went under, especially big banks in America and in other parts of the world. They went under, and a lot of people lost their investments. They lost their deposits, right? They lost their assets just because of the misbehavior of certain greedy individuals and the overbearing control of government over money. So over the years, people have been thinking of how to take away the control of money away from government and put it in the hands of the individual. That was what actually motivated Bitcoin. The creators of Bitcoin, whether it's an individual or it's a group of persons, that operate by the name, what's the name of the, Satoshi, yes, Naka what? Namakatu. Okay, well, Satoshi. Whether it's an individual or it's a group of persons, nobody really knows, because the identity of the creator of Bitcoin, Satoshi, is not being revealed. However, they came up with this very smart way to say that, look, we will create digital money and individuals can use it to transact business between themselves. Okay? And so in 2009, they came up with it, published what they call a white paper, and then, the assets were released, given out by way of sending emails to people, and then through the available social media platforms at that time, they distributed this thing for free. Most people that received the thing did not believe in the potency or the viability of it. So nobody gave, or most people did not give attention to Bitcoin. But a few persons were like, well, for whatever it's worth, let me keep it. After all, it's not a luggage or load that you're storing in your house, right? This thing is just virtual and it's in your device, maybe your laptop at that time or your phone at that time. So those who mustered the courage to believe in it, they just kept this thing until 2010, when somebody, just out of sheer, call it mischievous behavior, right? Just decided to, look, this thing that I have plenty of it, let me spend some of it today if I will find somebody to agree. He needed to eat pizza. And he was out in a Pizza Hut with his girlfriend. And then he told the pizza man that, look, I can pay you with Bitcoin. And I was like, I've been hearing about Bitcoin. Yes, if you will pay me, fine. I can give you my pizza. So he spent 10,000 Bitcoin to buy 2, bowl of pizza for himself and his girlfriend to eat. And the worth of it at that time was $41. In other words, 2010, 10,000 Bitcoins, $41. You can imagine that. All right? But eventually, anyway, from that point, some little value started coming into Bitcoin. By early part of that year, Bitcoin officially started exchanging for $0.01. That is 1 cent for 1 Bitcoin. And some people just acquire them in large quantity because you can spend just $1 to buy 100 of it at that time. Did I say $100? $1 to buy 100 of it. So if you're spending $100, meaning you'll be getting like 1,000 pieces of Bitcoin at that time. But some people just acquired it, and over time, the thing started picking up value. Later it became $1, later $100, $1,000. Today, one Bitcoin is going for, I think the prices at last night is $33,000. But late April into early May, the price of Bitcoin went to $64,000 for one Bitcoin. Imagine if you had spent just $100 to buy Bitcoin in 2010, and you had bought 1,000 or 10,000 pieces. Because if 10,000 pieces exchange for $41, imagine that. If you have spent $100 to buy, maybe 20,000 pieces, and now you have 20,000 pieces, you'll be a multi-millionaire even in dollars. Now, over time, Bitcoin has become an asset or a store of value. Somebody asked a question: what actually is Bitcoin used for? The truth is, they came up with a technology that is called the blockchain technology. They created a blockchain. It's a massive, facility, right? And then, you program it in such a way that whatever you store in it and lock it in it, that thing is stored there. It cannot be changed. It cannot be erased. It cannot be edited. It cannot be manipulated. Do you understand? Anything that is domiciled in the blockchain remains the way it is kept. So the device means to mine the coin. And then every year, they have miners that are mining the coins. And, they've been also reducing the time of mining the coin. But let me not bore you with all those details. What is important is Bitcoin has become a popular and a very well-respected legal tender for exchange. Let me tell you something. Recently, or early part of this year, you heard that, federal government banned, cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and all of that. The reason why they actually did that? Two reasons. One, the NSAS protest that was engaged by our youth. They did not use the regular channel to raise or to disburse funds. They used coin. They mobilized a lot of resources through the use of digital assets. So the monies did not exactly go through CBN. And CBN was worried about that. But then there was also a second reason. They discovered that early 2000, the year 2000, 2020, the year 2020, remittances from abroad, which ranged up, I think almost $2 or $3 billion that people remitted. This Western Union we sent. Now, towards the end of the year, just about $158 million went through CBN. The other remittances, they didn't know how they filtered into the country. And it's like, we are sitting here and people will be empowered and we don't have control over them anymore. Let's do something. Then they proclaim the ban. But you see, you cannot ban what you did not create. Do you understand? It's like the saying that if you did not raise somebody up, you can't bring the person down. If you're not the person who lifted somebody up, right, you can't bring the person down. And if a man is not the one that lifted you up, there's no man that can bring you down. Can you say amen to that? If the Lord lifts you up, you are lifted forever. So, federal government did not create Bitcoin or any coin, so they can ban it. Of course, by the 27th of May, they came out and reversed themselves and they said, well, okay, now we can allow Bitcoin. And as a matter of fact, we're working on floating our own coin. See, when the world has already gone ahead, that's when they're trying to wake up. They're only trying to wake up. It's still a plan. It's not like they've created it. So hope they wake up someday, sometime. Now, the second most expensive coin in the market, somebody mentioned the name. What's the name? Ethereum, right? Ethereum is the second most expensive coin in the market. If you open to that coin market cap, you will see the prices as at this moment, on that platform. But the point is this: Ethereum is the second most expensive, but actually in terms of usability, please listen closely to this, listen, don't miss this. In terms of usability, Ethereum is number one because of their project. Now, in the case of Bitcoin, apart from creating the blockchain and the ledger distribution and the spreadsheet that their blockchain enables, transactions to go through smoothly, they really don't have any project that is driving it. So over time, it is just the fact that they are number one, and people now have confidence in the fact that yes, this thing is genuine, is real. Those are the two things driving Bitcoin. But in the case of Ethereum, they have a project, and their project is in high demand. What is their project? If you have a smartphone, please can you lift it up? You have a smartphone? If your phone is a smartphone. All right. Now, if your phone or your device is called a smartphone, it is operating seamlessly only because of the technology that the likes of Ethereum and a few other organizations like Ethereum have in place. Do you understand? They came up with what they call smart technology. And with smart technology now, your smartphone works well, smart devices work well, and then smart contracts also work well. And because of the demand for their services, now they have a community of over 180 users around the world. When we say users, big organizations, the likes of Apple and all the manufacturers of these phones and some of these gadgets that we use, they subscribe to their activities. And so there's been a high demand placed upon their services. And that has now come to create two problems for them. Problem number one, there is congestion. They're experiencing severe congestion. And problem number two, because of that congestion, the speed of transaction is now very slow. Okay? In fact, this morning, I was trying to do a transaction, just a transaction that, for about $300. Okay? And then the thing was rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling. I had to tell the guy that, look, please, sorry, I have an engagement somewhere, so I have to leave you now. After this program, I'm going to call to find out if the transaction eventually went through. That is happening because of the high demand upon their service. Do you understand? So now, because of that, problem or these problems that they're experiencing, listen closely here, they decided to create another blockchain. This time around, that we correct, that we provide solution to the problem they are encountering, the problem of, congestion, scalability, and the low speed of transaction. So they created a new blockchain. Now, they launched the blockchain on the 1st of May, 2021. They launched the blockchain and its mainnet. Now, these are technical words, but the point is they created another blockchain. Hello? This blockchain they just created will do all that their current one is doing, plus additional services they will render. Let me tell you what service. You know that during the coronavirus last year, 5G was launched. And there's this story, whether 5G is what is bringing about coronavirus or coronavirus is bringing about 5G. Whoever brought who, whatever brought what, right? But 5G has been launched. Hello? Now 5G is not yet everywhere because some facilities that will enable the smooth operations were not yet in place. So Ethereum decided to cash on that opportunity to build into their new network, into their new blockchain, the capacity to make 5G to work well. And self-driven devices like self-driven cars, powered earth vehicles, and all of that. They will work well because of the technology that Etherlight represents. The new name, or the name of the new blockchain that Ethereum is building, is called Etherlight. Can I hear the word Etherlight? Etherlight, right? So Etherlight is the new creation of Ethereum, right? Remember that Ethereum already has a community of users of over 180 million. So they have a solid community base subscribing to their operations and their activities. Now they are launching, or they have just launched this new blockchain, and the blockchain has its own, coin. Call it token, call it coin. There's a little difference between coin and token, which our brother was trying to explain. But that is not necessary for this presentation. What is important is there is a new coin or a new blockchain that Ethereum has just launched. And this new blockchain is also coming up with its own token or its own coin. The name of the coin and the name of the blockchain is called Etherlight. It's actually Ethereum Light, but Etherlight for short. Okay, they have contemplated, producing Ethereum 2.0, but that project is, there are some other technical things. That project was conceived to be what you call proof of work, but they wanted something that would be smoother, sleeker, that would be proof of stake. And so they created this one, the Etherlight, to be a proof of stake. All right. So now we have Etherlight, and then Ethereum is birthing Etherlight. I hope that is very clear. Okay, there is a third organization that is called Open Alexa Protocol. Please write that down. Open Alexa Protocol. Open as in open, O-P-E-N. Then Alexa is A-L-E-X-A. A as in Alpha, L as in London, E as in Echo, X as in X-ray, then A as in Alpha. Alexa, then protocol. Open Alexa Protocol. Now, Open Alexa Protocol is a marketing community, a marketing organization. Ethereum contracted Open Alexa Protocol to help them distribute the new coin called Etherlight. Hello, are you still following the gist? All right, so we have three organizations now. What is number one organization? If you've been following, what's the number one organization that I mentioned? Ethereum. What's number two? Which is the creation of Ethereum, is what? Etherlight. And then in the middle, you have OAP for short, Open Alexa Protocol. Now, OAP is a marketing organization, and they've been contracted to help them midwife the birth of Etherlight. Hello? So on the 1st of May, Etherlight was launched. Then 15th of May, they opened the Etherlight site for people to buy the new coin called Etherlight. And so right now, if you want to acquire the coin, you can either get it from the Etherlight site. If you go to www.etherlight.org, you can always find it there. As of yesterday, the price was 83 cents. The day before yesterday, it was 98 cents. It got up to $1.20, but came down again to about, that 90 cents. So it's been doing between, 80 something to $1.20. If you want to buy it at their site, that is the price. But you can get it through the OAP community, right? By the way, let me explain something else here that will help you. Because somebody said, what is actually driving some of this project? Listen, if you know what a share is to a company, you have a little idea of what coins are to these coin companies. In the case of shares, shares are a part of the company. If you buy shares, let's say you buy, which are the popular companies in Nigeria that have shares in the stock market? Huh? Dangote, right? Dangote is quoted on the stock exchange. Fine. Dangote, Unilever, some of these banks, right? You can buy their shares. If you buy their shares, you become a part owner of the organization. Is that not correct? But you also know that the price of the share in the market is actually driven by the activities of the company. If the company is doing well, what happens with their shares? It does well, right? In the case of coins, they are more like that, except that if you have a coin, you are not really a part owner of the organization. No, you are not a part owner. But whatever is happening in the company determines the strength of the coin. Now, in the case of coins, any transaction you want to do with Ethereum, you pay them with Ethereum. They won't take any other coin from you. They won't take dollars from you. They won't take any other money from you. You want to engage, hire, or request for their service, you pay them with Ethereum. So you must go to the market first to buy Ethereum to pay them. Do you understand? And because they are also following the concept of coin, just like the Bitcoin, people can actually use it as legal tender. You can send Ethereum to somebody and then the person can convert it to dollars or to naira. So it serves a dual purpose. One, to transact business with the company, and as a means of legal tender between persons. What you call person-to-person transactions or P2P transactions. So Ethereum is accepted. You understand? But what actually is driving Ethereum? Their smart contract technology is what is driving their operations. In terms of coming to the market, they were not number two. There were other coins existing before Ethereum came. But because of the efficacy of their project and the central use of their project in the technology space, they overtook other coins and became number two. Do you understand? And it is projected that Ethereum will reach in value $10,000 before the end of the year. So now this viable, very potent organization is having issues, and they decide to create another one, another blockchain that will provide solution to the problem they're encountering. What do you think about that project? If this one is doing so well that everybody wants to, patronize their service, this baby, Etherlight, is going to be a hot cake. Do you understand? It is when I saw some of this fundamental, in the analysis we did, that I said to myself that this is an asset to own. Right? So now this asset, I'm using one asset because that's exactly what it is. Etherlight is available. You can acquire it either from their site at etherlight.org, or you come to the OAP community, Open Alexa Protocol community, and buy it. Of course, you will get it cheaper here in the community. You get it for like 20-25 cents for what is going on for almost $1 in their site. Meaning if you take $1,000, you go to their site, you can only buy 1,000 pieces. But if you come over here, you will buy more than 4,000 pieces if you come to the community. So we are encouraging everybody that please, this is an asset to own. We missed Bitcoin. We also missed Ethereum when they came up. Now, Etherlight is just coming up. For now, it is still what you call a penny coin. Now that it's a penny coin, this is the time to acquire it and keep it. Right? If you acquire it and you keep it, and then the value goes up later, you can sell it and make so much money. And in fact, we are not advising that if you buy it, you sell all of it at once, because the price will definitely go up. If Ethereum gets to $10,000, right? Analysts are suggesting that Etherlight will be slightly above Ethereum in price because of the scalability of their project, the usefulness, the usability of their project, that they will be hotter in the market than Ethereum. And it's true because Etherlight is 1,000 times faster than Ethereum. And then 99.9% cheaper in transaction fee than Ethereum. Therefore, they are likely to do very well. Of course, we're not giving any guarantees. This is life. Anything can happen, right? Before you subscribe to any of this, do your own due diligence. Nobody's cajoling you of saying that you must put your money there. So there are two ways of getting Etherlight right now. Way number one, buy from the open, a site, Etherlight site, or come into the marketing community, the OAP, and then you take a position, and then you get the Etherlight there from the community. The question is, what does it take to become a part of the community, to be able to acquire it? It's very simple. To become a part of the community, to have a full account, and because the price of Ethereum is down right now, it will cost you about 400,000 naira. Because the price of Ethereum is down. When I spent nearly 500,000 to do the same thing. Do you understand? But right now the Ethereum is down, and so 400,000 can do it. And something else that we also discovered. The way the community is arranged, listen close to this. This is going to help you. The way the community is arranged, a full account, has two parts to it. You have what you call the token part of it, because OAP itself is a token. In other words, AOP2 can be treated just like a coin. Do you understand? Hello? So AOP is a token. Now you come into the community. To become a member of the community, you register and you get 10 of their tokens. Do you understand? To become a member of the community. So that gives you an account, but we call that a half account. For you to have a full account, you also need to go to the second part of it that we call the Beam Pro, or the binary section of the community. That is actually the network marketing part of the community. Right? You come over there, you take a position. Now they have several packages. They have like 5 different packages. The smallest package there is called Bronze. If you buy the smallest package, they will also give you 10 of their token. Do you understand? Now, if you spend 200 to do the membership account, that gives you the 10 OAP token. If you get 2 people to register under you immediately, they will pay you what you call referral bonus. 84% from this one, 84% from this one. If you get 2 people on board, that will give you 168%. Now you can take that money to go to this other side, right, to do the binary section. Do you understand? So to make it simple for us, this is what you need to know. To get the token and to get the Etherlight, right, you will spend for full account 400k. If you don't have 400k and you can do the 200 and you can get 2 people immediately to do the same thing, you who is bringing the 2, you will have a full account. But they will also need to do the same thing. So if they are not doing the same thing immediately, you will be safer to spend 400 and you get the full minimum, package. Do you understand? Now, the full minimum package will give you 20 tokens of the OAP. Listen close. It will give you how many tokens? 20, the minimum package. You have 10 from the membership, right? Or we call it 2 by 2. And then the smallest package this way is another 10 token. That will give you 20. Now, for every token you have in the community, they will give you 210 Etherlights, Etherlight coins. So let me know if you're still following me. If you have 20, how many Etherlight coin will you have? You have, for 1 token, you'll be given 210 Etherlight coin. And then you have 10 tokens from here, 10 tokens from here, meaning you have how many tokens? 20. And I'm not asking, if you have 20 tokens and one token commands 210 Etherlights, how many Etherlight coins will you have? Can't hear your voice? 4,200 coins. That's what you will have. So if you spend the 400,000, you have 4,200 coins. Now that the price is already doing about $1, it has not gone to the main market, what we call the Binance, right? Mr. My dear brother, what's the name? Huh? Give me your, I need your attention here. Yeah, you know about Binance, right? Fine. Binance is the largest exchange platform for transacting coin, issues. Now, Etherlight is going to be listed on Binance on the 1st of July. If it is listed, no, not if, we're certain it's going to be listed. When it is listed on the 1st, that 4,200 Etherlights you have, in money value, it will be $4,200. Hello? How much did you spend to get that? 400,000. $4,200 in Naira will be how much? You can use 500,000 to calculate it. 500 Naira to calculate it. That will give you how much? Oh, you can do the maths quickly. Actually, that's not maths. That's called arithmetic. 4,200 times 500. That's how much? 2.1 million. Do you understand? What we have in value will be 2.1 million. Meanwhile, you spend 400,000 to get there. But that is if the price is $1. Do you understand? There is a very likelihood that the price will trend. So, assuming it gets to $10, how much will that money be? 21 million Naira. Because it's going to be $42,000. What if the price gets to $100? Check it. 210 million. Do you understand? What if God decides to answer my prayers and it gets to the 1,000 mark, $1,000? How much would that be? Hello, how much will it be? Oh, you are not able to calculate that? That's $4.2 million. So convert it. I mean, that money will run in some billions, isn't it? Do you understand? And from the projections, it is going to trail Ethereum very strongly. A few years back, Bitcoin did a similar project. They created Bitcoin Cash. Do you understand? Now, Bitcoin Cash this year got to $1,600 for one Bitcoin Cash. Now, because of the downturn in the coin market, it is now oscillating between $600-700. I mean, that in itself is not even bad. Imagine if this one we're talking about now comes out on the 1st of July and goes to $10. My goodness. Your 4,200 Etherlights becomes $42,000 immediately. Do you understand? Hello? So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to say that you can join us in the community. I'm a member of the community. I'm not just a member, I'm a promoter of the community. Do you understand? If you come in and sign under our network, there are generous referral commissions. Right? You know, if you sign up now, the first two persons to sign up under you, you get 84. Although you get that only 2 times from the first 2 persons that register under you. But when you go over to the binary session, every person that you refer, you earn 10% referral commission. And anytime the binary is matched, for those of you that have done any network marketing before, you may understand a little bit of all those binary thing. Anytime your binary legs are matched, you get 15% binary commission. And that is huge. And again, it is paid to infinity. There are no restrictions. So as long as you can match, right, and your tree is growing, you keep receiving payout from the system. And another very interesting thing about this project, transactions are done from wallet to wallet, meaning that there are no withdrawal buttons in the company. In fact, in this case, actually, in the Open Alexa, there is no company or company owners. There are no admin to settle. Do you understand? There are no admins to settle. If you sign up now, the transaction goes through the system. All the persons in the upline that are qualified to receive the commissions, they receive the money immediately in their wallets. Your wallet is domiciled in your phone. So the possibility of losing what you have earned is is near zero, because this system is running on a blockchain. I would like to stop here to take a few questions, if there are any questions. Yes, if you have any questions, please, you can ask your questions. Yes, any questions? If no questions, I can take, okay, this question, this way.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.